You see, after this war between Iran and America, the Middle East will not be the same anymore. And the new king will be crowned. And the countries in the Middle East are aware of that. That's why they are scrambling to make new allies or a new defense pact, because they know that America, after this war, America will be useless, America will be dethroned, and a new king, Iran, will be enthroned. That's what's happening. Exactly. That's why we see this pact between what you call Saudi Arabia, Turkey, and Pakistan. They say it's a NATO-like alliance. An attack on one is an attack on all. But an attack has already happened by the Houthis on Saudi Arabia. We've not seen anything yet. They've never done it. And we know it's just that a pact is just as useless as it can be. UAE is allying itself more to Israel. They know that America right now is useless. America cannot defend them. America will leave the Middle East. It will leave. It's just a matter of time. And it's just pride now. But if Donald Trump doesn't leave right now, the next president will make a hard decision to leave the Middle East. And I don't think after this time, countries will permit America to operate from their territory. I'm talking of American military to operate from their territory because they've been whipped. They've been punished for that already by Iran. Now, Iran is making sure that this victory that it has won now against the United States is being transformed into a something that is permanent. We're talking of a permanent financial gain. That's what they are doing. That's why we got the problem with the Strait of Hormuz. Iran knows that this is the only opportunity for them to take control of the Strait of Hormuz, and they're gonna do it. No one will stop them. And the other thing that will happen after this war, Iran will become a nuclear power. They will produce a nuclear weapon. Because if America has failed to stop them militarily right now, who's gonna stop them? If they want to make a nuclear weapon, who's gonna stop them? Because the most powerful nation on earth has failed to stop them from developing a nuclear weapon. So right now, the path towards a nuclear weapon for Iran is open. Because Donald Trump is not going to win this war. He has already lost it. And I don't think he's got the guts to go back and do something that can turn things around. Something that can give America victory, or something that can make the Iranians reconsider. The Iranians have tasted victory now, and they're going to hold on to it, and they're going to make more demands. They'll make sure that by the time this thing is over, they are settled for life. The generations to come is going to thank this generation that has sacrificed a lot. That's what I'm telling you. Now, let's look at what the Iranians are doing in order to secure the Strait of Hormuz for good, because they are taking it. And I don't know how Donald Trump is going to come and explain to the world why now ships transiting through the Strait of Hormuz have to pay. And I don't know how Donald Trump is going to explain it to Americans, because of course America doesn't use so much the Strait of Hormuz, but the Iranians have categorically said that even if they open the Strait of Hormuz under their terms, American and Israeli ships will not be allowed to transit in the Strait of Hormuz. That's what's going to happen. So I don't know how Donald Trump is going to explain to America, this generation now, and the American generations to come, why they're not allowed to transit in a certain section of the world. How is it going to happen? This is how Iran plans to control, manipulate, and dictate energy prices or the energy industry forever and forever, thanks to the blunder by Donald Trump. Right now, Iran is reshaping or reconstructing or reinventing the entire Strait of Hormuz. Right now, Iran is making sure that things will never return to normal in the Strait of Hormuz. The Strait of Hormuz will never be the same. The Iranians are coming up with a plan that will let them take charge and control of the Strait of Hormuz forever. Now, here is their plan. I'll explain to you in details what's happening now. Before the war, this was the normal route, international waters. The ships were transiting through here. Iran had nothing to do with it. It was international waters. Everyone had the right. And even it was even controversial for Iran to cross this one or to go and attack things in this area unless something is really wrong with them or unless they've been really provoked like what Donald Trump did. Now, what the Iranians have done is they've mined this section. It's not safe for navigation. They say they've put a mine there. We don't know how many, or we don't know if they've really mined this section. We're not sure. Now, the only alternative route is to pass through this side, which is Iranian waters, and this side, which is Omanian waters. You can't pass here because it's full of mine. And America cannot send its ships or its assets to demine that area because Iran is going to attack them. They are at war. So now, the new arrangement is that ships transiting through the Strait of Hormuz will go through the Iranian territory. They say it's a temporary measure, but it's a temporary permanent, I tell you. They'll pass through this side, and coming out, they'll pass through the Omanian side, but still, the Iranians will have a say on how the ships will pass through the Omanian side. So now, here is where it gets interesting. This one, the new route that is being discussed, is through Iranian territory, and Iran has got the right to decide whoever pass through, when it should open and when it should close. Which means any ship that want to pass through the Strait of Hormuz, once this arrangement has been finalized, must comply to whatever the Iranians are saying, because you are transiting through their territory. They are the masters. As long as you are in Iranian territorial waters, you have to listen and obey to what the Iranians are saying. The only alternative route or the only option you have is to pass through the international waters that is mined, and you're doing it at your own risk. It can blow you up anytime. And if you take a chance by using the Omanian territory, you are in violations of the terms and agreement between Oman and Iran with regards to the Strait of Hormuz. So the Iran have the right to attack or blow up that ship. That leaves nobody with the options but to obey and cooperate with the Iranian. Now, they say this is a temporary measure, or it's a temporary arrangement, pending the demining of the Strait of Hormuz. But I tell you what, the Iranians will never allow anyone demining the Strait of Hormuz. I'm talking of the international waterways. The Iranians will never allow anyone go there and remove the mines. It's going to stay like this forever. And they will have the right to charge, I don't know, they may not call it tolls, but there will be a certain fee that will be charged for the ships transiting through the Strait of Hormuz in Iranian territorial waters. I am told that the Iranians will charge 5%. The Omanians are saying on their side they will take 3%. So we're talking of 8% will be charged. Now, this is where it's getting exciting. This will be a gift to the Iranians for generations by Donald Trump. Iran is making sure Donald Trump pay for his crime. Now, it's not only Donald Trump who's paying, all of us are paying now for Trump's mistake, because what's going to happen is the shipping companies, they will pay the tolls to Iran, and the shipping companies will in turn put the price. Put the price on us. We are paying; they're not paying, because all they have to do is raise their price. That's all. We all pay. Something that we're supposed to pay $1, we'll be paying maybe $1.50 or something like that. That's what is going to happen. So all of us will pay, and all of us will be financing the Iranians. That's strategic planning. They are very smart. They've taken advantage of the situation. What it meant to destroy them now will build their society. The Iranians knows that there is no alternative to the Gulf oil. The Russians were given a chance, but Ukraine messed it up. Remember the beginning of the war, there was temporary lifting of sanctions on Russian oil so that the Russian market oil can flood the oil market. But they were not able to do that because the Ukrainians have blown up most of their oil refineries. So things are also not looking good for them. They're actually importing oil instead of exporting. They were one of the major exporters of petroleum products and gas. Right now, the Russians are importing.